All right, welcome to another episode of MediaMites. We're down here at Lexington Comic Con in Lexington, Kentucky, and we're talking with a special guest today, Chris Parsons, and you might know him as the infamous bounty hunter for Lam in Empire Strikes Back. How you doing today, Chris?
I'm very well, thank you very much.
Enjoying Lexington so far?
Yeah, lovely, great crowd, very enjoyable.
Good. Well, I'm glad you like it down here. It's a little cold right now, but I like it better in the springtime.
Well, you should try England, that's always cold.
That's what I hear. It's kind of cold and wet. I always wanted to know in Empire Strikes, how did you get the gig in Empire Strikes Back exactly?
How did I get the role? Well, it all started with a gold character called C-3PO. I was invited to an audition at EMI Elstree, which is in Hertfordshire, and I was shown into a dressing room, and there was this costume on the bed, which turned out to be the one and only C-3PO. And they were looking for a double to play this character alongside the main actor. And some people had tried the costume, couldn't get into it for various reasons. And a couple had freaked out when you tried to screw the head on, which is actually screwed right on, so you can't get it off by yourself. So anyway, I fitted into the costume. I was determined to obviously get the job. The helmet was all bolted on, didn't bother me. And then later on I sort of learnt the walk and the voice as well. And that led on to all the other characters, which is obviously ultimately where Forlorn came from.
That's amazing. How many times did you fill in for Anthony Daniels as C-3PO?
I can't remember exactly, but I mean there was various things I did. I mean sometimes I was even his sort of stand-in as well. There was a main stand-in, but sometimes I did the stand-in to line up the camera. The double work, the best scenes were in the Ewoks forest, in the chariot where he was carried by these little guys over the high up in the Endor, I think it is. And I think Anthony didn't want to do it, so they asked me to do it. It was okay, but before we were filming, obviously my helmet was off. I was in his chariot and I was peering over the scaffolding. It was quite a long way down, and I thought if these little guys drop me, I've had it. Right. I'm certainly going to be decapitated. So I mean, at the end of the day, there was 3 or 4 sort of scenes there, but then I ended up doing the live premiere in London Leicester Square for Empire Strikes Back. That was worldwide. I was dressed up as C-3PO for that, and went on to star in a children's programme called Blue Peter on one episode as C-3PO. So the character's been good to me. Not taking anything away from the original actor. I fully enjoyed being the parts of it that I did do. Well, yeah, I mean, I walked away from the film industry in the 80s to pursue other things. The trouble with being involved in acting is that a lot of the time you don't work, which means you don't get any money. And I'd seen people older than me that were skint, and something said to me, you don't want to end up like them. So I left the business with a view of creating something else, making myself financially secure, and then coming back to it, which is where we are now. I've got people working on my behalf, agents and that. And we're actually involved trying to get back into the business to secure things. I feel I'm a better actor now than I was then because of life experiences. So we have to see where the next chapter goes, so to speak.
How old were you when you were in Empire
About
Strikes
18.
Back? About 18? I was wondering because you don't look that old. So I was like, man, he had to be young then.
I'll give you the $50 later.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Is there anything you want to plug? New project?
Well, as I say, I mean, I don't have any new projects. We are trying to sort of get noticed. I mean, I need to get myself a new agent. And once we've done that, obviously, maybe we can go for 1 or 2 roles. Nothing to do with Star Wars. I mean, I would like to be involved with Episode 9, but it's up to the powers that be. Obviously, if Disney in their wisdom want to bring back Forlorn, then I'd love them to ask me to do the role. My physique hasn't changed. So I think I can still deliver. So if there's any fans out there that know anybody in Disney, maybe they should have a word and say, look, hey, give Chris a go on this one.
Yeah, I mean, there's no better person to do it than who originally did it. Well, I know it's getting close and these fans are going to come in here and start causing havoc, but I'll go ahead and let you go because you still got to set up and stuff. But thank you so much for this opportunity. And we'll definitely get it up and we'll send you a link and you can do with it what you want.
Well, thanks.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Thanks for speaking with me, and I appreciate your time as well.
Okay, no problem. You have a safe trip back home too, okay? All right, thank you very much.